So, when I talk about smart investments, if that's something that I ever do, which is going to be very rare, this is what I'm talking about. Disney's power move of an investment when it purchased Marvel. Let's dive in here. Disney has not only turned Marvel, but basically the whole superhero movie into a diamond cash cow. And I'm going to stress this, when it's done correctly. I think, honestly, that's the key. If you make it right, it's amazing. They purchased Marvel for a whopping $4 billion, and I'm pretty sure that when that happened, people thought this was going to be a terrible choice. Superhero movies at the time, except for, let's say, Spider-Man and Batman, they didn't always do well. And I mean, Superman, in its heyday, Superman was killing it. Part 1, incredible. Part 2, a step down, but still acceptable, right? Then we got part 3 and part 4, and the jokes, I'm pretty sure they have not stopped rolling in since those movies were released. Essentially, superhero movies, they were not the safest bet. TV shows, they were killing it, right? We had Smallville. Smallville was definite proof that they were killing it. Then now, currently, we have Arrow, we have The Flash. These shows show us. We have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, by the way. These shows all show us how incredible superhero TV shows are, and just that they kill it. They are pretty much a guarantee if they're done right as well. Iron Man, on the other hand, brought superhero movies back from the brink of basically being unbankable failures. Now, we've been spoiled for choice over the last 10 years because we have gotten the finest Marvel films to date. Right? I'm not even going to talk about the X-Men franchise of films. The MCU has consistently been this spectacle of awesome, topped off with these cherries of brilliance that just make the experience, it's just perfection, right? And this is coming from someone who, until 2014, I did not care for superhero films anymore, right? I kind of got over them. They were pretty much all the same thing. The only movies I was really into seeing was Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, and the Dark Knight trilogy. And the trilogy, it was amazing as a whole, let's be honest, right? Spider-Man left a lot to be desired. And don't get me wrong, I think that The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is it's a fun movie, but I didn't feel compelled to go out and watch part 2. Right? The Dark Knight trilogy, I felt kind of similar. The third one, it just wasn't as great. It was fine, an enjoyable watch, but it doesn't have the same rewatchability that 2008's The Dark Knight had. Heath Ledger, to me, is he's the Joker, right? That's just it. He's the best representation of that character that I personally have seen. Now, you could disagree with that, and that's fine. But that's DC, right? So we're talking today about Marvel. So let's get back to that. At San Diego Comic-Con, we had the reveal of what Phase 4 is going to look like for the MCU. And to me, I've got to say, it looks actually uncanny. It looks incredibly amazing, and I don't even think that I'm ready for this. But we'll go through that, right, in a whole other video. For now, I'm going to keep talking about how Disney made such a smart choice. They turned what could have been a dying franchise of films, what was a poor singular cinematic experience, into this world full of craziness, right? They have 23 movies, and how many TV shows to go alongside that, even if, right, we discount the Netflix series, which I personally think should have been included. That's me. I thought that the Punisher series alone, man, that was a bona fide badass classic series. It was crazy. I think if you watch that series, that is the best rendition of the Punisher. And I like Tom Jane's version, right? That I think it was 2003 he released that movie. They released. I love that movie, right? With Sylvester Stallone in it, everything. John Travolta, sorry, not Stallone. John Travolta, that movie, great. But the Punisher series on Netflix was a whole different can of awesome, and I mean, that's amazing. And now, look, we have 10 films in Phase 4 that they've announced so far. That they could extend that, they could put in extra stuff, who knows, right? But then we also have the extra shows that go alongside it. Disney, they have been like, honestly, they've been like criminal masterminds planning out this entire thing. They take everything that they do in this series to the next level. This universe is crazy. Let's be real, right? They don't just do it well. They excel where other people that have made films like this, they would fail. 110% we know they would fail. Characters like Doctor Strange, they would likely have been comical tragedies prior to Disney taking the reins. I have this feeling that if Disney didn't take the reins, Doctor Strange would have probably been like Green Lantern, and we know how well Green Lantern did, right? So I'm glad they took the reins for this. So now, I mean, let's take a look at a 10-year investment. They spent in 2009 $4 billion to acquire Marvel. They have now generated $18 billion. That's just over 4 times what they purchased for, right? It's safe to say that Disney are the evil geniuses in this whole scenario, and that they can take my money. Whenever the next movie comes out, they can take my money. That's what they do. They're really good at making great films. Now, I wouldn't even say they've made that many, if any. They've probably made a few, right? But not that many missteps. Sure, Captain Marvel was heavily touted as being an SJW nightmare, and yet even that movie became the second highest grossing film of this year, making over $1 billion. So much for the whole no one is going to watch this movie rap that we all saw over YouTube all over the place, right? It definitely didn't seem to pan out. They were telling I was seeing this for ages, no one's going to watch it. They're fake purchasing seats. $1 billion. Okay, that's all I'm saying. They made $1 billion. And I'm kind of glad that they did that. I mean, I saw Captain Marvel, and I only watched it truly a couple of days ago, and I thought it was great. I don't understand. People had this whole issue with the backstory and all that crap. To me, it was a good watching experience. So if you didn't like it, then you didn't like it. That's your opinion, and that's not a problem. I actually thought it was enjoyable, albeit maybe a little bit too long, but 2 hours. I mean, that's pretty much what we expect from Marvel these days. That's pretty much what we expect from the whole cinematic experience. But look, I could probably talk about that movie alone and the MCU itself for ages. So I will say I have another video that's going to come out. I will try and make that as soon as I can, discussing Phase 4 and what's going on there, and what I'm actually excited for. And I'm also going to say I've noticed the usual suspects that are talking about how MCU is getting woke, and I hear this and see it so many times. So I'm keen to see how that goes. Anyways, look, let me know in the comments below what has been your favorite movie so far, and what movie are you actually looking forward to seeing? Is there a character that you have yet to see come to the big screen or get his or her own TV show, right? Let me know down below what you're looking forward to, what you want to see in the MCU, and what you're hoping for in phases after that. Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me know what you guys enjoy and what you guys like. If you're not convinced about subscribing to the channel, please watch some other videos on the channel that might convince you. You might enjoy it, but I'm not forcing you to. I just love to try and create some stuff that you guys will enjoy. Until next time, guys, spread some love, spread some peace, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.